Councilman Bill Phillips on the line right now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning to you, crew.
I always enjoy conversing with you. So your take on, we've learned a lot more today. We have an export, what we believe is authentic, an export from the kid's phone that shows, if true and if authentic as we believe, that this type of sex porn party was going on a regular basis for the last 3 years inside the chambers that houses the deputy chiefs. What's your take?
Yeah. Listen, if things are true, and I don't know if Mr. Kelly has a family, but certainly I want to be considerate of his family. But if things are true, as I'm hearing him, and as you are reporting him,
yep.
He should, on his own, step down. Nobody should have to. We all do things, and I shouldn't say we. I do things that I don't want people necessarily to know. I think my conversations are
sure. I think we all
with the people I talk to.
Yeah,
So but here's the thing: if what I say comes out and it's true, I have to own up to that, and to me, be the bigger person, and concede that that's what happened and step down. That's what my view is, and I say that, Bill, with a little hesitation, only because I haven't talked to Mr. Kelly. So
sure.
Anytime
Understood.
somebody has 25 years in the business and has made a career out of it, but in this case, I think it's a reflection on the fire department, the city of Utica, and the people of this county. So I think that, again,
if it's true,
only if he knows,
right.
He knows
Yeah.
if it's true or not. If it isn't true, he's got to make a case in public. He cannot do this behind closed doors. So that's my take on that.
I want to ask you, do you think that the way, we're looking at a couple different cases right now. We're looking at the fire chiefs, the way that has been handled in the last year. We're looking at the Fort case, which he was marched out in front of the media, no charges, and really was exposed without any charge. There were no criminal charges there. And then this case, it does seem that the mayor's office has handled each of these cases differently. At the very least, he's handling this case differently. Do you feel there's a double standard, or does it at the very least look like there's a double standard right now?
Well, I think each case is different.
Yeah.
So naturally, you would handle them differently. Here's what I think, though, without getting into a person's management style or whatever. Here's what I think. I have said this to the mayor. I will continue to say this to the mayor. He needs a public safety commissioner. Okay, even though that person is going to represent basically what he thinks.
Yeah.
That would put an objective person out there to be the face of this. The recommendation coming from him, and I mean a respected one.
Yeah.
Coming from him, I don't necessarily say that it would solve the problem, but it would certainly take it off of the mayor.
Sure,
even
it
though
puts
it's a ultimate decision.
It puts a.
So that's what I've told the mayor. That's what I continue to believe. And again, I have the utmost respect for the police department. I have a great relationship with them, but I'm not in a position to be objective and I don't think the mayor is, when it comes to an allegation that has to be investigated.
Well, especially you're in a position where you have to make a decision on the guy that you nominated as fire chief after such a controversial situation with Chief Brooks. So I think there's not a better scenario that even the mayor would be like, boy, I wish I had a public safety commissioner now based on this situation. I think you're absolutely right, and I hope the mayor listens to your advice, because you're not the only one giving it. Andrew.
Councilman Phillips, I just want to, if you can, bear with me for a second. I want to read part of the statement that was released on Wednesday from the mayor's office with regards to this investigation. The city was made aware of allegations against a member of the fire department. Pursuant to the city's procedures, the police department was immediately directed to conduct a full investigation. Subsequently, the investigation determined no criminal conduct took place. However, as a result of the investigation, the city administered discipline against one member of the Utica Fire Department. Does that indicate to you that there's the possibility that these allegations have some truth to it in the fact that there was a punishment of some kind given out?
It is an indication. I don't know what the indication is, though. So in other words, there was something done wrong.
Yeah.
Whether it was this particular thing that we're discussing, I don't know that, and I think that in itself needs to be made public.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think this is a situation where we've got to protect rights and different things. This was done in a public domain. I think it should be public, and I think it behooves the mayor to come out front with this. And what you just read to me is a lawyerly and political statement.
Right.
Okay. That's what that is to me, which is what we do. We're politicians.
Sure.
We want to make sure that what we say is legally correct, and we want to make sure that we're not subject to any kind of lawsuits or anything.
Sure.
So that statement you read to me is one that, to me, the mayor had a hand in writing, but he didn't write it.
Right. Right.
Oh, okay. So
are you?
Again, I don't know if I answered your question, but
are you suggesting though that what you're calling for is a I don't want to call it a heart-to-heart speech, but something of human talk from the mayor to the taxpayers of the city of Utica?
Yes, because I think the mayor has done an excellent job in terms of his mayoral responsibility. But as a public safety commissioner, it's suspect.
Yeah.
And I think that's the area that's hurting him. So as a friend of his, as a person who deeply cares for him and his family, I think he should give that up and act on advice as opposed to being center front. And believe me, I know the mayor. The mayor thinks that he's doing a great job. He thinks he's saving the city money. I've seen this guy during budget time.
Yeah.
You know, he does have some concern that he can do the job, so why should he pay somebody probably $75,000, $80,000?
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't want to take that away from him, but I think he's wrong. I've said that to him privately, and I'll say that publicly.
There's money that is well spent that can prevent you from getting into situations like this that can cost you a lot of money. Exactly. Very interesting. Bill Phillips, something big?
Well, no, it's just because I wanted to ask him to just clarify one thing. You said that, so right now, as part of the statement, that this situation is protected as a personal matter under Section 50-A of the New York State Civil Rights Law. You feel that doesn't apply because this happened on taxpayer time, taxpayer dollars.
In a public facility.
I don't, yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to take on the lawyerly part of it. My gut is that law wasn't intended for a situation like this.
Fair enough.
You know, I think that law was to protect somebody who was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not done in a public place. And again, I do cringe a little bit. I came on your show because I think I have to speak for, like Bill said yesterday, there's no way the council can be quiet on this. There is absolutely no way, because this affects everything that we have done to turn this city around. This is putting a black eye right on the front page, and I think it's everybody's responsibility to voice an opinion, no matter which way it goes.
Yeah. I just cannot tell you how much I want to just step up on the table and start applauding you. You have your answers today have been thoughtful and responsible and objective, and no one could ask for anything more out of one of their representatives. So, Bill Phillips, thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
And Bill, to hear you say that, it's an honor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right.